Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new session of the Trick or Treaty campaign. Still no treaties, well at least no new ones, but at least last session we played for like 9 years, which must be one of the records, honestly. Also noticed interestingly that after like playing with the speed 5 for well, however long the last session was, the performance was really suffering, so I'm wondering if there's maybe some kind of memory leak going on the current version, though it is possible that it was going on before. A couple of notes from the war. Persia had their war with Oman, and well, I think it ended up going nowhere unless their only purpose was to get transit rights through Oman. Which, yeah, it does look like this was the case. Ottomans won their war. Prussia has a very creative solution of the Schleswig-Holstein problem. They took... yeah, that's interesting. We have a pretty huge Netherlands and brave little Belgium, though they are still an industrial powerhouse, as you would expect, pretty close to our own GDP. And the United States didn't win the war against Mexico. I would consider saying they lost it, but then again, you look at Texas and, well, they seem to be struggling. A lot of Mexico, in fact, seems to be struggling, but still, not losing territory is actually pretty impressive. I wonder if they were getting perhaps some support from someone, but I don't recall that being the case. So... and that's interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are still going to lose it eventually, but they have been weirder things. If United States get a civil war early, and they are not going to be able to actually end it, and we will have just two United States going on, then Mexico might have a chance, which would be pretty amazing. And we have interesting things going on in South America. I'm not even sure how to comment this, but yeah, it's ongoing. And Uruguay is puppet of Argentine Confederation, which is also interesting. Well, yeah, stuff are beginning to happen. And let's unpause. What was I doing? Everything has the atmospheric engine, which is good. Not really missing any production methods. I definitely need sawmills, if possible. We got Yu-Wu. Oh yeah, I need more iron frame buildings, I'm pretty sure. We're about to get police force. Police squad. Can I afford to get Kanto into... looks like I definitely could use some more tools. Even more lead somehow. We're number 6 producer of lead in the world. Are we producing this much glass? Not really. What are we even... Our population is just consuming it. Okay. And if we opened our market to the world, we would be probably producing a ton of stuff. You guys want to get National Guard in. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of National Guard, because getting additional hops to be mobilized is pretty nice. And they have some other bonuses as well. It would slightly annoy Intelligentsia and the liberal movement, which is agitating. So actually getting this through would not be that easy. Yeah. Getting this through would be actually pretty difficult. Don't want to annoy them. Yeah, I think I have to for the time being. Oh, research. Sure, this is pretty nice, actually. Oh, okay. Now it's going pretty smoothly when it comes to this change of laws. Yeah, I didn't look at the iron in the end, it just... yeah, Hokkaido is really irrelevant when it comes to population numbers. Yeah, I still need more iron. Because those construction sectors, there's like 300 points of iron units, I guess I should say. Though actually, I can actually tank it. And the question is also, how is infrastructure doing over here? Yeah, we are starting to slowly run out, but it's surprisingly okay still. The population in Japan is really doing a lot of work. Usually, I think at this point we would be starting to run out of stuff and would need to wait for railways. But we might actually be able to get it just on time. We have steel tools, which is not relevant. We actually could use sulfite pulping, because we do have some useless sulfur mines. And more paper is always good. Okay, at the beginning they're going to struggle with not enough sulfur, but it's going to be fixing itself pretty quickly. And this is pretty cheap. We could be producing just a tiny bit of fertilizer, and we wouldn't even need that much. Okay, advance. This looks interesting actually, sure. We're really not producing that much food. How are we doing on grain actually? Yeah, sulfur is going to be produced very quickly. And we're doing really well. It's just peasants doing most of the work. Just something I need to pay attention to, because eventually this number is going to be going down as we employ more and more peasants. Though we will be producing a lot of fish, I'm pretty sure. Because fish and logging camps are the cheapest industrial buildings that actually employ capitalists. Well, they do not employ, but the capitalists favor them over the landowners. Oh, they're not the aristocracy. Station. Aristocrats. Yeah, I actually remember something nice. So this is done. I guess I can just get rid of frontier colonization. Let's just get you guys in. Oh, and I can even get contested government, which is pretty nice. 4 million loyalists, so it's still going up. Yeah, the samurai are going to be a bit pissed, but just a little bit. Wait, you guys don't like it as well? Oh, you guys are still annoyed about local police force. Well, you can live with it. Okay, so I think the iron is fine now, for the most part. Yeah, could you always use some more tools? And maybe I just go for... I will get a few more tools. Because it's also making just a ton of money. And then logging camps, they are still somehow making money. Which is actually pretty surprising to me. How are you guys making money? You aren't. Yeah, this makes sense. The tools are fairly expensive and the wood is really cheap. So this is actually, I think I just go for fish. And I go for fish, especially in the regions where I'm not doing the major industrialization. There is a lot of fish in Japan. Who would have thought? Yeah, and the next step is going to be doing some... Oh, the +10% infrastructure is actually pretty damn helpful. Monument to the Shogun. Yeah, this is going to be fine. The liberal movement could be possibly used for something. Okay, this is unlucky, but not over. Let's just remove the Russian committee. Yeah, this whole thing was just a mistake, really. I mean, bureaucracy is not really something I'm going to be changing. They're going to be opposing National Guard, which is going to be annoying. And I don't think there's any change of removing censorship. Yeah, everyone just likes it too much. And to get schools, I need to get rid of serfdom. Which right now is going to be difficult. I mean, it's the... So I will have... If I could get intelligentsia and rural folk in government at the same time, which is not likely. I could get 50% with rural folk. And which would be tall order to get that passed in this situation. I think I would just make the shogunate like me more. Maybe I went for all these too fast. Also, this... it's not really a huge problem, but I need to remember that this is actually a factor. That there is -2 to opposition groups, so I could make samurai go to +4 in this case. Yeah, I could strengthen the Wolfog a bit, but it's strengthening them long term, which is actually something I would like to avoid. And I think we just overtook Prussia. Yes, we're just equal with them. So this might not... I think we're doing really well. Kanto Political Union. Oh, you guys. Sure. I'm surprised that you guys are actively agitating this much. Oh, because you have a really active guy. Who was it again? Mineo Yamakawa. Let me just get rid of you. Modernizers are pretty nice. You could, in theory, the leader of... Yeah, getting more modernizers in here would be pretty nice. Somehow it went back to 22%, even though we had... Oh, I guess I missed another +10. Of course, of course. -10 +10. That's how it goes. Never forget. I guess I can just get a bit of fertilizer. It does use... really, it's not a huge problem. Like, with just 2, I should be able to get all of my rice farms easily to get enough fertilizer. And hey, more grain is always good. Okay, now this is getting somewhat done. Let's take a quick look around the world if there's anything interesting happening. You got a radical revolt in Bavaria. I don't think there's any war between and Austria. So it is very possible that I missed it. Good vintage. I don't think we're really producing that much wine, so sure. Now we're going anti. Sure, we can be anti-Russia. Why not? We have United States being domineering against us. Great Britain is infamous. Which, I wonder if it's just from enforcing their stuff on Egypt. Because really they haven't been doing that much. Yeah, let's see. I assume, yeah, we've barely made a dent in the amount of peasants we still have. Oh yeah, as soon... actually, water to boiler is spreading on its own, which is super good. really lucky. Like if we got stuck with the spreading technology jumping into chemical bleaching or baking powder, which, I mean, they're fine techs, but they're no water to boiler. Great Britain is doing their thing again. We're about to get army reserves, so I guess next I would go for actually ammunition first. General stuff. And with skirmishers, I think we will be ready to start actually doing some stuff. So more reforms would be really nice because, I mean, peasant levies, serfdom, traditionalism. Isolationism is not even the worst thing, frankly. Minus 10%, right. It wasn't stall, it was just getting a failure on the bait over and over and over again. I think we're about to pause construction. We have 7 million in the investment pool. It's not bad. I think get the most out of the multiplier at around 13 million. I'm not exactly sure when, but there is a point when it becomes there's the maximum of gain you get. So Great Britain is demanding to open Japanese market. So do we RP? RP just fortress Japan and try to defend, but I mean, if against United States, I might have just tried it for fun and see if the AI is even capable of doing it. But UK, I think their black ships are their cannons. They look pretty dangerous, parked in Tokyo Bay. So I think we're going to concede. They're going to let the British have their way with us. Which, I mean, the problem with this is exactly what you probably should want anyways, so... yeah, this does mean there's a little problem with authority, and minus 700 is a bit too much. So I definitely don't need those. That's probably going to make my economy suffer a little bit. Then I want to stay with the education. I can definitely remove this and this. Frankly, this as well. And now it's okay. And I'm getting railways in a second anyway, so I'll be able to... Oh yeah, now we have this as well. And I will get the railways in a second, so it's the decrease. Why do where edicts are the thing? Why do I keep wanting to say edicts? Okay, so we have now opening of Japan, and so we are starting to get the journal entries. So strengthen industrialist, strengthen intelligentsia, weakened shogunate, plus legitimacy, minus legitimacy, modernization movement is created. I mean, this all sounds pretty nice, frankly. Though, let's see what effect it's going to have in the end. Yeah, it's quite rough. So I need to keep just... What can I do over here? Oh. This is... Oh, I guess, yeah, because the presence of the head of state is no longer that relevant. This is going to be fine. I mean, this is going to be absolutely fine. And Enlightened Royalist might be actually quite useful. I mean, if only I had the tag, I could try to go for multiculturalism already, which would be pretty quick. I mean, the chances of getting Enlightened Royalists at this point of the game on Japan, I think this is really, really minimal. We have industrialists now on the board. And they have their special thing, which is, I think, weaker than the generic one, because 10% more tax is not as good as more investments, which is magic money. But yeah, things have changed all over the place. I think I'm just going to pause construction for now. See what the private... yeah, private construction is still doing well. They have a lot of money. With this, and then we can maybe try to get... Oh, I should probably look into this. Sort of isolated thing in Japan. So... true for a total of 10 years. Not part... So I want to keep shogunate out of the government. At least 50 legitimacy. Or marginalized shogunate. We do not have insurrection peace. So we're doing really well. With we declare bankruptcy, or we put shogunate as part of the government. I have to be really careful. I wonder if I just kept the shogunate. At least one of these will fail if I didn't change the government to kick out the shogunate, would I have failed instantly? No. I'm not going to be finding out. We have a new leader of the Buddhist monks, and that's a theocrat, so... Okay. There's some new text, nothing particularly interesting. That has become a menacing presence over a government. Search for less conventional solutions. I mean, because I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Let's try it. This seems like really nice, actually. You have some stuff spreading, securing the power. Is it here? Did it just not show up? Maybe the shogunate just went below some kind of threshold? I am a bit confused. But seems like things are working really well when it comes to reforming, which is completely by accident, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, we're ahead of Prussia still, but I'm wondering for how long this... Did I build those fertilizer plants? Not yet. And honestly, there's so much money in the investment pool, I might as well just let them build whatever. Might not be ideal stuff, but honestly, it's not too bad. Rumor has it. So, I mean, those two are exactly the same. So I'm just hoping I don't get hit by the... Okay, and I won the 50-50 coin toss. So, nice, I guess. Yeah, this is going to be done pretty quickly, and this will allow me to get a fair amount of legitimacy from this institution, which is really not doing anything and will not be doing anything for us anytime soon. And so I could have this guy step down. Coup de grace. think just making them lose political strength is going to be fine enough. Okay, so really nice. There's a lot of events going on. Dialectics, which one is it? It's this one. I mean, 3 tech points is always really nice. Weakening Shogunate, though, is even nicer. So the last few... Yeah, don't seem to have that much of an effect. Korea is getting by Qing. Okay, let's see. Can I afford to try and go into public schools? Now it would be only the Buddhist monks opposing me, which I don't really care that much about. And the modernization movement is irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, they have some support, but they're just completely chill. Yeah, because everyone is a loyalist, and they're just so happy we got free trade. Which is kind of weird that they just... That's enough for them. I cannot get... oh yeah, because I have served them. Agrarianism would be better than traditionalism and would allow me to have a company. Maybe at this point I just try to slink directly into laissez-faire. Could be an option. Yeah, but intelligence is really strong. So let's see. Can I get a government? Yeah. Oh my god, I still need to get rid of serfdom. And this would be annoying because it would piss off the shogunate so much that they might actually try to do something. And unfortunately, everything is something that the shogunate already likes. I could try to get National Guard, because why not? Though liberal movement would be annoying. Maybe I should have been going for public health insurance. So I guess it is going to be the next priority after getting the weapons done. Timing is going to be okay-ish. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get the random spread over here, but it's going to be fine. Yeah, this does seem like this journal entry is going to... It is trying to lock me into not bullying the shogunate too much. Gain a claim on Sakhalin, which is pretty annoying that I find out about this now, because we are not going to be able to colonize it right now. Then again, Sakhalin is not exactly... I mean, wait, actually this is pretty good. Okay, so I managed to weaken them. Legitimacy is always nice. Nation of knowledge, yes, thank you. Could maybe try to think about getting some more. Actually, wait. Condensing engine pump right now. I got a wheat farm. Yeah, sorry to everyone who was screaming to me to not remove the colonization before I get Sakhalin, which, yeah, even with the Russian claim, I would be able to start working on it with my own. But I might think about something. Sakhalin definitely could go into the national sphere of Japanese influence. Maybe we'll just go for it a bit later. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I was going to go through production methods and start my own construction. to get those fertilizer plants. Yeah, eventually you will get this stuff. So this is fine. Urban buildings. I guess we do have coal now. It's not going to be really useful. Could go for steel tools. Maybe it's time to go for steel tools. And maybe it's also time to look a bit more into trade. Oh yeah, now we're importing fertilizer. We're really not exporting anything. China broke the Nagasaki-China trade. Which, I mean, sure. Oh yeah, we cannot have imports because we have free trade, but we can still have subventions, which is going to be probably even nicer. We're just importing stuff for now. We're not exporting anything. I assume this is all just automated, and I get to watch. And those 18 weeks are actually taking a bit longer when you're on speed 3, I suppose. Oh, I need to build trade centers. This is like a thing. So assuming having a lot in Kanto would be nice, right? Trade potential is low in here, though eventually it's going to be really high. What's this? Oh, it's employment. Let's get one in those places as well. And we have rail transportation, which is amazing. Okay, so once I get those trade centers, I assume I'm going to have... I will be doing a lot more trade. Which is how I think it works. And unless fertilizer imports are going to end very, very soon. As soon as those buildings are done. Getting some trade centers. Still a lot of money in the reserve in the investment pool. Yeah, I think we are really getting a strong base. The AIs could have potentially bullied us much more, I think, but they just decided to not, so that's nice of them. Taking a look if there's anything interesting going on anywhere. I think maybe because the Prussians did the thing, they didn't actually solve the event. I don't remember what the exact requirements are, but now they cannot follow into unification of Germany. See, do they have like a truce or something? No. So who knows when Germany will actually get an opportunity to even try and unite. Might be another one of those campaigns where Germany just never appears. They don't really have a luck when it comes to this stuff. They have secular academia and administration, so let's just do it. Yeah, okay, so we have a bunch of trade centers. And we're exporting wood, which is really nice. I assume we're not really doing that much exports because we don't have like interest all over the place and so on. Yeah, the price on the world market is much higher than on the Japanese market. And we are exporting to a ton of people, so this is increasing as well. I for sure already like the system much more than the previous one, simply because I don't have to check like 20 tabs. Exporting foods as well. Too bad that you cannot... Well, I guess you can just mouse over everything. But I would prefer to just expand the list as well. We're importing food, still fertilizer somehow. Where do I build this stuff? So not that we actually have access to the world market. Maybe I just build all wood everywhere. And even more tools. And let's make sure that some in those regions as well. Except Hokkaido and Ryukyu, which have pretty much too small population to really do anything properly. And I guess I can remove road maintenance from Tohoku and Shikoku at this point, since I can just build railways in case they have any problems. And they do. So, welcome to First Railways. And private investors are already building one in. This is really nice. I don't think I can actually build engines. Oh wait, I can. I don't have any steel. But I should try to get some of this stuff myself. I might as well start working on explosives because I will need them for ammunition. And I think it requires sulfur, which is present in here. So Shikoku would be in theory ideal, but I'm not sure if it has population to really support. I mean, eventually migrates might just go there. But Chugoku is going to be fine as well for explosive production. Just one for the time being. And let's prioritize this actually. And yeah, all of those. Plenty of bureaucracy, which we... More of this, but it's really no use. And try to reform this. I would have a huge support. Well, huge, decent. It's sure going to go to -6. It's not the worst thing, but it would be... Well, waiting 10 years for this, it's a long time. I mean, they should be gaining quite a lot of approval just from ticking law changes and the time modifier here. So possibly +8. I'm just... Oh, there's a war between the Ottomans. It's round 3 between Egypt and the Ottomans. The teams are the same as last time. So... Oh, Austria's actually winning against the Brits. Egypt is also pushing into Tripolitania this time. The Brits are trying to take Eritrea. Regime change in Egypt takes a nitrogen in Palestine. So they actually would be able to regime change in Krakow. Okay. And Egypt just wants investment rights. It's just so chill. I mean, they should be winning. But it's looking somewhat better for Egypt this time. As in, they're not getting their capital almost instantly occupied. So I can't really speed this one up. Defeat them in the revolution. Yeah, if they're that's going to be a bit annoying. But I think with a -4, they should be pretty chill. Could try to get... I mean... Probably... Oh, wow. This is going to have more legitimacy somehow, which is really... Yeah, I guess because 50 of my legitimacy is from timed modifiers. I guess might as well try to use this opportunity. So this, yeah, this will piss the Shogun for sure. But maybe going for tenant farmers is going to be a better option because then it's easier to switch into commercialized agriculture, I think. Yeah, maybe this is worth trying. They shouldn't go insurrectionist from -4. And they will be liking me a bit more as time goes on. Will radicalize. Oh, actually, it's going to still go more into negatives. Actually, removing Masujiro Kujo. Kujo, interesting. Would be nice because he actually have the -2 trait. Oh, and I could actually... The samurai are pretty bribable, as it turns out. Or not? No. Actually, it doesn't matter. Steel and modern industries are going to be done in a second. And, I mean, considering the Austria is fighting a war... Oh, well. They actually jumped quite a bit ahead. Maybe the war is actually boosting their GDP. Somehow pushing. Egypt is losing Sinai, so this might end up going on similarly to the last time. Just not as bad as... didn't begin as bad as last time. But yeah, I think this is going to be a point for a pause. No, another tech. Still in the preparation phase to really start doing stuff, but I am starting to work on my military. And I mean, I think just normal ships will be fine. I don't really need ironclads. I'm just going to be bullying like Vietnam, Siam, possibly Spain. Yeah, they really don't have too many ships or too many battalions. Weakening the Shogunate. I mean, both of these options are pretty nice, but I think this one is going to be better. 50%, so really it should be going fast, but you know how my luck when it comes to passing laws goes. So yeah, it's going to be it for this one. See you guys in the next session.